Did you ever hear of something so strange it made you question what is real? Picture this: a forest. Not just any forest, one that devours its own trails. A place where footsteps disappear, leaving the air eerily heavy and alive. They call it the forest without footprints. Tonight you're about to step into its shadows. But make sure you're ready. You might lose more than your way. Welcome to the Nightside Archive. Tonight's chilling tale, The Forest Without Footprints, takes us deep into a mystery that refuses to stay hidden. It's a story older than the people who whisper it, older than the road that's supposed to lead you in. But beware, this place doesn't just hold secrets, it erases them too. It started with whispers, of course. A small remote town called Cratier sits on the edge of the woods. The forest looms like a sentinel, its ancient trees so thick they block the sun even in midday. Locals swear they hear things at night. Whistles, laughter, and then footsteps. Always footsteps. Some lead toward town. Some never come out. Nobody was foolish enough, or desperate enough, to venture far. Until a summer unlike any other. Hikers frequently came to Cratier in those years. Naive explorers looking for untamed beauty. One by one, they'd roll into town with maps, boots, and grins. And one by one, the forest would take them in. Police sent search parties at first. They found shredded tents, backpacks torn open, and, strangely, boots, shoes abandoned mid-step, as if the wearer simply dissolved into mist. Still, Cratier carried on. People don't stay in town forever, right? There's always some excuse when a stranger vanishes. Except the sound began to creep closer. First there were reports of tapping against windows, not from outside, but within. Then, harmless campfire stories spoke of phantom trails that appeared at night, weaving through the trees like veins. Dozens of hikers voiced this shared hallucination, paths forming in moonlight, urging them forward. None found their way back to town. When fall drifted in, the forest had consumed so many victims that neighboring counties took notice. The local sheriff, a weathered man named Eli Reed, vowed to put an end to what he called panicked hysteria. You see, Reed wasn't a believer in the unseen. He swore the missing hikers were part of nothing more than nature being cruel. So, flashlight in hand and rifle slung over his shoulder, Eli Reed entered the forest without footprints. 3 days passed before they sent someone after him. What came back wasn't the survivor anyone prayed for. It was just the rifle. Beside it was something far more unsettling. A path leading deeper, carved fresh, but unrealistically clear. A line sliced across dead leaves and tangled roots, as if daring anyone to follow. Nobody from Cratier ever did, but someone from somewhere else eventually would. The town voted to close the entrance thereafter. Barbed wire, unlit corridors, and layers of signs warned people away. Yet still, almost magnetically, the forest without footprints beckoned the curious. A few teenagers from Cratier were brave, or careless, enough to taunt this forgotten place. They would leave breadcrumbs of stones or bottle caps toward the woods, walking 5 minutes in, then running 5 minutes out. The trails disappear. One boy whispered, "Whatever I drop, gone before I get back." Until one fateful dusk, a girl named Clara opted to test her nerve deeper. She walked off unexpectedly during the senior bonfire into the forest. They called for hours once they noticed her absence, but silence swallowed every word. Clara's footprints had scuffed earth right until they didn't. Her friends wailed. Panic swept through families. Yet nobody dared steal past that bramble except Clara's scared brother, Mason. Mason wasn't more than 50, but his flashlight tracked newer marks along rock-darkened weeds. They didn't follow normally forward trends. Clara's footprints looped wildly through unknown patches, back into areas never understood. But Mason realized a hard truth. Anything foreign stepped just over its prints, again backward. He tried cutting loose cars westbound next morning, reporting, "Shadows whistle guidance." He collapsed faintly beside river before sunrise, disemboweled,